Alrighty, we are live. Check, check, check. Yes, we are. What's going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome into a late night edition of the Knicks Nation postgame show as your New York Knicks take care of the Toronto Raptors again this season. They are now 2-0 against the Raptors this season, and the Knicks are rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight was a really dominant game. You know, from pretty much start to finish, the Knicks had control over this game, and the New York Knicks are on fire. They go to Las Vegas now for the Final Four, if you care about the NBA Cup. But they are on their way to Las Vegas to face, yes, the Orlando Magic again. The Orlando Magic again, which it seems like we faced them like 100 times already. So Knicks Magic again for the Final Four in Las Vegas, and I feel like the New York Knicks really want this trophy. Let's go, man. Big victory. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Again, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff. Appreciate the members in here, loud and clear what's going on. The New York Knicks are now 8-1 over their last 9 games. 8-1 over their last 9 games. They're rolling. You know, they're rolling. And this game in particular, right? It started in that second quarter, right? That's when the New York Knicks only allowed, I believe, 13 points in that second quarter. They had 8 stocks as a team. In case you don't know what a stock is, it's a steal and a block. They had 4 steals. They had 4 blocks in that second quarter. You know, and they overcame the Karl-Anthony Towns 2 quick dumb fouls in that first quarter tonight. Right? Jalen freaking Brunson. What more can you say? What more can you say about our captain, Jalen Brunson? And it started with him. It started with Jalen Brunson setting the tone and pretty much not missing in that first quarter. He was absolutely incredible. He was awesome. 20-point first quarter. He finishes with 35 points, 4 assists on the night. And, you know, I mean, they couldn't guard him. They could not guard this man. They could not guard Jalen Brunson. 35 points, 4 assists, 3 boards, 6 of 9 from 3. I mean, absurd. Absurd. Greetings from ATL, says Old Man Knicks fan. What's going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate all the Knicks fans out there. Jerome says, good win. El Figgy's in the building. Vegas, baby. Viva Las Vegas. We're going to Vegas. We are going to Vegas. 17-7, only 2 games back of the Detroit Pistons. Let's go. Dish Rover, what's going on? Appreciate you in here. Appreciate all of you in here. Big Task says, that's right, Knicks. Stack the win and move on to Las Vegas. Yo, Alpha, what's going on? I see you in here, Yo, Alpha. What's going on? Salute number 11. Salute number 11 and Karl-Anthony Towns. Yeah, nasty dunk from the big cat tonight. Nasty dunk in that second quarter. Again, Cat picked it up in that second quarter. Actually had a couple of blocks. How many blocks did Karl-Anthony Towns have tonight? 2 blocks for Karl-Anthony Towns. Round of applause for that. 2 blocks, and one of them was a pretty nasty one, too, on the break. So shout out to Karl-Anthony Towns making up for those 2 fouls in that first quarter. But it started with Jalen Brunson, our captain. Look, Raptors were down Emmanuel Quickly, no RJ Barrett, but you know they're reeling. They've had some bad losses, and you know you go into Toronto, tough place to play. They started off kind of hot. You know they were keeping up with the New York Knicks, and then it just snowballed in that second quarter for the New York Knicks. Defensively, they were incredible. OG Anunoby in that second quarter was phenomenal. I think he had like two of his blocks in that quarter. Yeah, 2 blocks, 2 steals for OG Anunoby tonight. And I believe those 2 blocks were in that second quarter. OG was phenomenal defensively. Deflections, blocks, you name it. Mikel with 3 stocks tonight, 2 steals, 1 block. Efficient as can be, hit some timely shots. And Josh Hart was the man. Josh Hart continues to play an all-star type season for the New York Knicks. And, Jalen Brunson, 35, 13 to 19, probably the most efficient game you'll see out of our captain. And we saw somebody chirping on the baseline on courtside. I posted a video at Knicks Nation, and it kind of woke him up in a sense. Not woke him. I shouldn't say it woke him up, but once you poke the bear, and the Raptors fans, I want them to look at the film from the Detroit Pistons series when Jalen Brunson hit the game winner, then did the three symbol to the fan that was chirping at him. Once you poke the bear, there's no going back. I'm sorry. So Brunson, got into it with a fan a little bit, then he simply dominates in this basketball game. And, just this Knicks team is playing at such a high level right now. They're sharing the ball. The chemistry is off the charts. Defensively tonight, I thought they took a major step forward, and the starting 5 is clicking. I know Cat had the 2 fouls in the first quarter, but 14 and 16 for Big Cat. Big dunk. 5 offensive boards for Big Cat. Plus 21 on the night. He made up for those 2 fouls. He did. He had a big game for the Knicks. 14, 16. I mean, tremendous effort all around from the starting 5. And you move to the bench. Mitchell Robinson was dominant on the boards. I can't believe he's shooting like 19% at the free throw line, by the way. Has to improve his free throw shooting. If he wants to stay on the floor, he needs to shoot at least 50% from the free throw line. He cannot shoot 18, 19% from the free throw line because teams are just going to continue to do hack and Mitch. I mean, that's absurd. Like, seriously, we heard that he worked on this free throw shooting during the summer. We haven't seen it. Where is it? We see all those summer videos. Those summer videos seem like they're AI at this point, right? I don't know what to believe. But Mitchell Robinson just needs to knock down his free throws if he wants to stay on the floor. 2 of 8 from the free throw line. And it's going to be a trend. It started versus Boston. They did hack and Mitch because he's just so valuable to the New York Knicks on the court. And the Raptors did the same today. And if you don't think teams are going to start catching on in a playoff series, it's just going to keep on happening and keep on happening. So just give us 50% from the line, please. I hope he gets better. Clarkson, I thought, had a big game for the New York Knicks off the bench. 26 minutes, 12 points, was aggressive, was physical, 3 boards, had a big 2 offensive rebounds tonight as well for the New York Knicks. So big game from Jordan Clarkson off the bench. And you didn't really get much scoring-wise from anyone else. Kolek, 2 points. McCullers actually hit a 3. Where has McCullers Jr. been, actually? He's been in the G League and hasn't really performed well over there. So good to see him out there healthy. 7 minutes for Yabu. But it was the starters, man. The starters and Clarkson playing at, and Mitch with the rebounds, playing at such a high level right now currently that it is leading to great results for this New York Knicks team. And they are 17 and 7. They won away from Madison Square Garden. Winning on the road. And now we go to Las Vegas, and that should be a fun atmosphere. Winner, it's not really a win or go home. Like, it's just a win, and you advance to which possibly could be an NBA Finals matchup. Like, let's say the Knicks beat the Orlando Magic. They possibly could match up against the Oklahoma City Thunder for that NBA Cup. And that matchup will be juicy. I know we're missing Deuce right now, and it sucks. We're missing some guys, but that could be a finals preview. And I know a lot of people, and not me included, a lot of the media will hype that up to be an NBA Finals preview. And, it just brings excitement to the fan base. I'm kind of excited about it, and I'm just happy that we got the dub all in all. And, we're winning in different ways because, like I said, in that second quarter, the thing I loved about that second quarter, guys, was defensively, they played at such a high level, and offensively, they were really good in that quarter, and they did not hit 1 3 in that quarter. They did not hit 1 3 in that quarter. So that's a very positive sign, in my opinion. Defensively, they were solid. Offensively, they were solid without hitting a 3, and they had probably one of their best quarters of the season. So shout out to the boys. Isaiah, what's going on? Appreciate you in the chat. Jose, looks like we can see OKC earlier than expected. Let's go, Knicks. Yeah, we don't face them until March. But we could see them in the NBA Cup final. Justin says, any updates on Deuce ankle? It is looking like a high ankle sprain for Deuce McBride. That is what Stephon Bondy reported. That is not good news. High ankle sprains are a bad injury. Like it depends how severe it is, but high ankle sprains could knock you out for a month. And the Knicks are not reporting that. That was from Stephon Bondy. He said that he heard that it was a high ankle sprain. So we shall see. Yuri with the super chat says, no call-up show today for me, and so take this super chat by belt to ass in Toronto. Let's hope the Knicks can carry this momentum. A signature win. Yuri, appreciate you bringing the signature Knicks Nation calling in the Discord, Knicks Nation Discord. Appreciate the super chat, Yuri. Thank you always for the support, as always. Shout out to Yuri in the chat. Shout out to every single one of you in the chat. Smash the like button, subscribe. 11:42 p.m. Eastern, late night post-game hoops. Man, this game started at 8:30, and then I got the notification that it wasn't going to start till 8:47, and I'm like, dang, you keep pushing the game back. Like, when is an NBA game going to actually start on time? Football has it. Football, 1 o'clock. The ball's getting kicked off. NBA, the game starts at 7:30. It is not starting until 7:40. Or in this case, 8:47. I'm not complaining. Tonight was a really good basketball game for the squad. And we're winning, and we're playing really well right now, guys. We are. We're playing really, really well. Smart Kid says, once I saw them do a hack and Mitch, I said, oh, they desperate. Yeah, teams are going to start doing that. Isaiah says, if Cat can continue to play serviceable defense, man, it makes a huge difference for us. Big time. Not going to lie, which Jalen Brunson had 50 tonight, but I'll take 35. He was on pace for what, 60 tonight? Jalen Brunson, 20 after the first quarter. Yes, if Karl-Anthony Towns, going back to your Cat point, that's it. Like, serviceable, right? Tonight was a serviceable night defensively for Cat. 2 blocks, 1 steal. I'll take that. I'll take that any day. 2 blocks, 1 steal. Sign me up. Sign me up for that. Don't be a turnstile on defense and stop the dumb fouls. I was extremely frustrated when he got 2. I mean, he's back from the calf injury, and then in that first quarter, two quick dumb fouls, you got to yank him. Right? So yes, if he's serviceable defensively, hopefully he can be consistent defensively. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to be too optimistic because, at this point, I think he is what he is on that end. But if he could be serviceable, I'm okay with that, man. I'm okay with that. But he really bounced back after that bad first. He did. Went to the free throw line, was aggressive, had a big dunk tonight, 16 boards, dominant, and 16 rebounds, and against Jakob Poeltl, who is really good, a really good rebounder for the Magic, for the Raptors. And, Ingram did his thing, 31 on 11 of 18 for them. Mikal, Ingram's a really good player. Mikal, a lot of deflections tonight, poking the ball here and there, kind of trying to throw him off a little bit. Scotty Barnes was inefficient for them, really hurt them offensively, and they just really couldn't get into a rhythm in that second quarter. And that was the quarter that blew the gates out. I mean, the Knicks defensively were just so good in that quarter. And I'm sure Mike Brown's going to preach about that quarter when he speaks. And even Jalen Brunson tonight, a couple deflections, fast break, poking the ball away. It's a team effort on that end. And, defense is starting to get better. Yes, we do have holes. We were 18th, 2 weeks ago? And I believe we're creeping into that top 10. And if you're trying to win a championship, if you want to be a really good team in this league, defensively, you're going to have to, show us something. And they have been. And this is without Deuce. This is without, Shamit, who's been on the shelf. OG's been on the shelf for a little bit. And, you just saw the impact of OG Anunoby tonight. He was just, second quarter, man, he's like, coming back home to Toronto, obviously, it probably felt a little different for him. I know this is the second game that he's returned to Toronto, but I thought, 4 of 11, 1 of 6 from 3. I just thought that he did. If I were to give him a grade, I'll give him an A game because defensively he was really good, especially in that second quarter, man. But 17-7, ladies and gentlemen, 17-7. What are they updated? So now we're going to Vegas, right? 17-7. We faced the Orlando Magic again in Vegas, man. Every time we play the Magic, somebody, I don't even want to say it, but they are a physical bunch, and it just seems like somebody is getting hurt every single time we play them. I hope that's not the case. Both teams, I hope, it's just a good, fun game. Maybe OG Anunoby can throw the ball off of Desmond Bane and retaliate a little bit. But, yeah. That's the Magic again. And that should be a fun matchup, man. Like, I'm excited for that. So, you're 2 games back of Detroit, right? You're 17-7. You're 2 games ahead of the Celtics. Who, well, man, the Celtics are in the 3rd in the East, right? Damn. Like, they're playing well. But credit where credit is due. This Knicks team is playing really well. And offensively, they're one of the best of the bunch. I think they're second in the NBA offensively. And they are, second in rating as well. So offensively, they're really damn good. And you're seeing the difference with Mike Brown's implementing different offensive sets. And obviously, Jalen Brunson, when he has nights like tonight, it helps. But let's go. Appreciate you guys in the chat once again. Rocking with me on this Tuesday, almost 12 a.m. over here in the East Coast. But appreciate you guys giving me your time tonight. This Rover says, hi, Uncle, sprains are really bad. Yep. El Figure says, if Hukporty can play like he did Sunday, then Mitch can be on the chopping block. Ooh, brings up a little wrinkle. Yeah. No Hukporty tonight, and I think that's how it's going to be. But Hukporty's been, last game was really impressive from him. But we'll see, But, yeah, you got to hit your free throws, man. There should be, they put up this graphic, and I was just, in awe. I just, seeing this makes me, super sad for Mitch. 18% from the line. He was 1 of 7 at this point. He hit the next one. But 18% at the line is not going to cut it. Even, I thought Shaq was a terrible free throw shooter, and he was, 50% in his career? 55%? If Mitchell Robinson does that, I'll be doing backflips. 18% on the season is really, really bad. And it's going to happen, guys. We're going to get to the playoffs. Mitch is going to be in the game. They're going to foul him. They're going to foul him. He's going to have to prove that he can hit his free throws. I know it sucks. I hate it as a Knicks fan. It is what it is. Maybe the NBA can change that rule next year. But it's a free throw. It's a free throw. I can go out there and hit 50% from the free throw line. So that's the only downside with Mitch, the free throw shooting. Free throw shooting. They're free throws for a reason. So we'll see. But when they put up this graphic, I was like, man, oh, man. Man, oh, man. Isaiah says NBA needs to seriously take control of the next Magic game. Too many players are getting injured. Yeah, man. Too many. Too many. This Rover says another match against the Magic is not fun at. Who knows who goes down on our squad on Saturday? I hope not, this Rover. I hope not. But Magic, so the Magic beat the Heat. Knicks beat the Raptors. So both teams advance to the NBA Cup in Las Vegas. Now, that game, I believe, is on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yeah. That game is on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. on Saturday at 5:30. So the Knicks will probably, I don't know if they'll travel to Vegas. No. I don't know if they'll travel back home then go to Vegas. I don't know what their schedules will be because you have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You got 3 days off here. So you have some time. But right now, the Knicks are favored in that game. And look, we had success last game against the Orlando Magic, right? The Magic, physical team, they had a good game, tonight against the Miami Heat, but it's going to be different. It's in Vegas. It's not in New York or Orlando. So, but I feel like we're kind of built for these, like, win one advance games because we have guys who, won a national championship and have been there, done that, right? JB, Mikal, Hart. So they kind of like, I think Orlando has a couple of guys who won a national championship too, but they kind of like, they're talking it up, right? They're talking it up. So I can only go off of what the guys are saying about the cup, and they seem like they're engaged. You saw Tyler Kolek buy his mom a car with the winnings of the NBA Cup, and that was a really nice gesture from Kolek. Then he said he was buying his dad a car if the Knicks were at advance. So cars for both of his parents, so that's fun, but yeah. But all in all, NBA Cup, this or that, bottom line is this New York Knicks team is playing really well. We're 10 games over 500, right? 17-7. We're in a really good spot right now. Offensively, I think we're ahead of the curve. We're ahead of the game. I think we can get better. And it sucks because in the midst of all this winning, you're having guys in and out, man. I mean, the Deuce high ankle sprain injury sucks, and it sucks. He was having such a good career season for Deuce McBride. Then, poof, high ankle sprain. OG Anunoby, all-star type season for OG Anunoby. Hurts his hamstring. It's like one of those years where we're facing adversity on the injury front, and it sucks because last year we were probably one of the most healthiest teams in the NBA. But, different year. We can't be healthy forever, right? And all teams go through this. It's not a Knicks problem. But I'm just, happy that we're playing well, and I hope that these guys will be back soon. Shamit, Deuce, and I just hope they're not serious injuries because Deuce, man, big part of what we do. Shamit, huge part of what we do, right? So, but we saw a good game from Jordan Clarkson tonight. A good game from him. Last game, was, a little iffy for Clarkson, but we had a good game from Clarkson today, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So, playing good basketball, we advanced to the NBA Cup. Everything is rolling right now. We good. Loud and Clear says Mitch needs to start taking it personal. Yeah, Loud and Clear. Look, I don't want to get on Mitch, but yeah, it's free throws, man. Come on. Free throws. He was said to work on this in the summer, right? I just don't want this to be a problem come playoffs because last year was a problem, and we'll see. But 19%, if they do a hack of Mitch in the playoffs and you're one of 8, I'm sorry, you're not going to play. You can't play like that. We can't play you if you're not hitting your free throws. So, come on. El Figgy says he just looks like he's chucking sometimes. Yeah. Maybe he should try underhand. Maybe he should try underhand free throws. I don't know. Min Hua. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Says Jalen Suggs is a tough defender. They got some dogs over there. They got some. Dare I say, I wouldn't say they're dirty, Orlando. They're borderline. They push the limits, right? They're very physical. They push the limits. They get away with a lot. Like them, the Pistons. Like if you get to play physical like that, the referees are not going to call a foul on every single possession. So I'm expecting during that matchup, what's going on, Igor Brunson? Love the name. I'm expecting during that matchup a heavyweight battle. And I'm expecting like you're in Vegas. I'm expecting a Tyson fight. That's what I'm expecting from both teams. And it should be, just Rover says, nah, they're dirty. It should be a good game. Like, it should be a really good game. And I'm kind of excited for this one. Like, I'm not going to call it like a playoff type game, but that's how it's going to feel. You know, because the Magic could be one of those teams in the end that we play in the playoffs. And that's how it's going to feel. You know, even up the season series, both the teams are in Vegas. You have like a media day. Like they treat this like the playoffs. They treat this like a big thing, you know? And I'm excited. I'm excited. Last year, Mitch used to take his time with free throws. He does seem like he's rushing, right? It does seem like Mitch is rushing a little bit with his free throws. But like I said, 19% is it's not gonna cut it, man. Worse, I think he has to be the worst free throw shooter in the NBA. Has to be shooting at that clip, right? El Figgy says they're big, athletic, physical, and fast paced. Yeah, one thing the Knicks can learn from that Magic team is every time they grab the rebound or every time off a make, they were running down the court and generating easy buckets. And, you know, they're a good team. You know, they're a good team. They're not, you know, a team to overlook. There's a reason why they've already won twice against us this year. And they're a good team. But I think we're the better team. And I think in a neutral playing field, a neutral playing site, neutral court, I feel like, I don't know if there'll be Knicks fans in Vegas. Like, maybe. Like, I don't know how the crowd is going to be. I'm sure Knicks fans will be in Vegas, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a heavyweight battle, right? JV says 2 finger knuckleball free throws. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just hope that that's all. Like, that's all. Every time we see practice videos and practice pictures and images that come out, Mitch is at the free throw line working on his free throws, right? Like, come on. Like, you can't, like, it's progressively getting worse. And that's the problem. Like, he's not even on an upwards trend. It's a downwards trend. It's getting worse. Like, he shot better, I think, in his rookie season shooting free throws, if I'm not mistaken. And, look, I don't want to turn this into, like, a Mitch, you know. We're not hating on him, but he got to be better, guys. He has to be better in terms of shooting free throws. Yeah, look, yo, he shot 60% from the free throw line during his rookie season. 60%. 56% the year after that. And this is 66 games, 61 games. That is all we're at. What happened? Like, I generally would like to know what happened. 48%, 48%, 40%, and the playoffs last year, 39%, 37%, 39%. I don't know. I don't know. Like, this is, like, if he shot 60% from the free throw line, I'll be doing backflips. You know, that's all we're asking for. Just give a Shaq at the free throw line. 1 out of 2. Sometimes 2 out of 2. Don't go 0 for 2. And that's a lot. That's been happening a lot, man. 17% this year, guys. It's not good. It's not good. And I'm only bringing this up because it's going to come up in the playoffs, right? It's going to come up. Teams are going to catch on to this hack and Mitch. The Celtics started it. And it's not like I can hate on it because I hate it, but it works. You know, so maybe Mike Brown and the coaching staff, you know, they're bringing him off the bench. Maybe they can, you know, if you notice a team starting to do that, they're quick with the subs. They're going to the bench. They're going to Yabu. They're going to Cat again until the final 2 minutes when they can't really do that. So I'm sure they'll work through that with the time and whatnot. But I mean, either way, you gotta hit your free throws, man. Either way, you got to hit your free throws. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Once again, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. 12:02 a.m. on this Wednesday morning. It is 12:02. 12:02. And we up. The crew is up. The crew is up. Some of us got to be up super early, myself included. And we up because our New York Knicks are freaking back. Igor says Mitch just needs a arc. Yeah, he does need an arc. Just give me an arc. Just give me a little arc. You know? Just give me a little arc. They need Cat to have him as a free throw coach for like 15, 20 minutes before every practice. Yeah. Yeah, man. I just hope it gets better, you know? I just hope it gets better. El Figure says, I got kids in my driveway hitting free throws. This guy is a professional NBA player making millions. No excuse. Yeah. Point blank. Point blank. Yeah. I do think Minhua says, I think Mitch is a little bit out of shape right now. I think he is. I think he's a little bit out of game shape. He's getting blown by quite a bit, jumping for pump fakes. But, you know, I think as time goes on, look, it's December, right? So not even halfway through the season, and he's healthy, right? He's out there. And that's something. He's available. Like he's playing, right? And that's exactly what me and many Knicks fans just wanted. Just play. He's knock on wood, he's been healthy all year. They're managing his minutes. His minutes are starting to creep up. We just want you to work on your free throws a little bit, you know? So we'll see. JV says sometimes it's more difficult for a big person with large hands and high release points to make free throws. Yeah, but I just don't understand, how do you shoot 60% during your rookie season, 56% the year after that, then progressively get worse? You know, I mean, 18%, JV, 18%. Come on, like I think at that point it's mental. At that point, like I just think it's in his head, because you don't take that bad of a turn, you know, you don't. But like I said, Knicks win 117-101, big win for the boys. You know, really good to have OG Anunoby back. Mikal Bridges doing his thing, and the Knicks are in a really good spot right now. Again, they're going to Vegas, so that's fun. But despite the Vegas, the Cup, you know, they're stacking up some wins here, ladies and gentlemen. They're you know, look at this. They haven't lost 2 straight games since October 28th and October 31st. Right? That was Halloween. That was almost 2 months ago, believe it or not. Time is flying. Jeez. They haven't lost 2 straight games since then. Look at all these W's. You know, you had the hiccup in Orlando. You had the hiccup in Miami. Those were two tough ones, but, you know, no OG in that game. Almost should have won that game, the Miami game, by the way. No OG in this one, right? He blows his hamstring in this one, right? It's November 17th game. The Magic game, you almost blew, but you won. Yeah, Igor says I think it's mental. I think it is mental with Mitch. You had the hiccup in Boston. Boston's playing really well. So, you know, this Magic game is another big one. You know, the Toronto Raptors, say what you want. I know they're reeling right now, but you know they're one of the top 6 teams in the East. They were without Quickly, Barrett, so they weren't really with their full squad. But you know, I wouldn't call this like a signature road win. I'm still waiting for that, and I feel like we will get that because I don't think the Knicks have had a signature. I mean, I guess you can call tonight a signature road win. It was a big game, high stakes a little bit. You know, you played well. Second quarter was awesome, but against a contender is what I'm saying. You know, I guess the next time is at Minnesota, December 23rd. For that, but either way, signature road win or not, you're 17-7. Playing really good basketball, and Jalen Brunson is freaking incredible. You know, incredible. 20-point first quarter, man. 20-point first quarter for JB. Incredible. But big win for the boys. Big win for the boys. Do we have any sound bites? Do we have the defensive player of the year? Of the game? Do we have the defensive player of the game for JB? I would give it to JB. He had a couple of nice deals today. Nice deflections. What do you got to say about Vegas?
What's your choice? Blackjack, poker, or roulette? What's your game of choice?
I don't gamble. It's probably a good thing I don't gamble, right? Probably shouldn't say anything about gambling.
Smart man.
Oh, man. I don't gamble. Smart man, Jalen Brunson. Smart freaking man. That now they're blowing this up. Eastern Conference NBA Cup semifinals. OG and Desmond Bane get their little rematch. The funny thing is, these guys made up after this. Like, they made up. OG was, like, laughing with him. Ooh, I like this graphic. We're not done dealing. On to the semis. NBA Cup. I like that. Trying to see if I don't think it'd come out yet. Defensive player. Oh, OG. There we go. OG Anunoby. Defensive player. Look at that. Yeah, phenomenal second quarter. Like I said, phenomenal second quarter for OG Anunoby. 2 blocks, 2 steals, 2 blocks in that second quarter. Right? I love analyzing these pictures. Like OG, damn, OG, ashy as hell. Got some ashy ankles. Oh man, yeah, he deserved it. He deserved it. Shout out to OG. Hold on, maybe somebody got to get OG some lotion. Shout out to OG, man. Good to have him back. Super valuable. Now you see how valuable he is. And, you know, night and day difference when he's on the court for the New York Knicks, man. Night and day difference when he's on the court. And super good to have him back. 35, 4, and 3 for JB. OG phenomenal. On to Vegas we go. I'm excited. Let's go. I don't think we've gotten any sound bites yet, but yeah. OG Anunoby is 5-0 against the Raptors. Wow. 5-0 against his former team, the Raptors. Man, I think we won that trade. I know Toronto, they like Quickly, they like Barrett, and they were actually playing really well with them. I would call that trade a win-win for both teams, but I would give us the slight edge because of what OG has done in the playoffs and the impact that he has made on this Knicks team. I would give us the slight edge, but the Raptors, when healthy, they were one of the best teams in the East. So I would give the Knicks a slight edge for that trade. But either way, it's been a tremendous trade for the New York Knicks. And, right now the Knicks are playing beautiful basketball, and we can build off of that, man. We can build off the way the starters are playing, the way Josh Hart is playing. I mean, it's been consistent, great basketball for this team, and haven't lost 2 straight since October. And, here we are, second in the East. I still do think we're the best team in the Eastern Conference. I think, it's going to be us, Orlando, Detroit, depending on which team also gets Anthony Davis as well, because it came out today that Anthony Davis, the suitors are the Raptors, the Pistons, the Magic. It's all teams that we have to get through. So depending on what they have to give up for him, depending on where Anthony Davis goes, I just think either way, the Knicks are the best team in the East right now. And, they're not the best right now, but I just think that, at the end of the season, we will be number one. But the Pistons are playing well, and I can't wait for that matchup. But here we go. Igor says, I think it's a win-win slight edge to the Knicks too. Yeah. Yuri's in the call. Uh-oh. I see you, Yuri, in the call. Jesse says OG did not want to be in that picture. He had a great game. The Knicks are now 10-0 against the Raptors. Since when? 10-0 against the Raptors since when? Let me get to Yuri in the chat in the Discord once again. Shout out to Yuri in the Discord. Hold on, let me bring this up. Call in Discord. Yuri is in the Discord. Yuri made it. What's going on?
I made it. Yes, I did make it. Yo, what a signature win tonight, huh?
Signature win.
What a signature win. You go on the road. You knock the Sharks off of Toronto not once, but twice. Literally. The game was over by the second quarter. And how does it feel to not have second quarter do no more?
Yeah, I know. Big quarter, man. It was phenomenal. And they didn't hit a 3 in that quarter, so
right.
Defensively, they were awesome.
It shows that the Knicks can make adjustments on the fly against teams. Shout out to Mike Brown for making that adjustment in a second when they were starting to blitz downhill. And they just put OG on top of Brandon Ingram instead of having Mikal on a matchup.
Yeah.
I think that switch changed the whole game right there. And isn't it refreshing to have a coach make in-game adjustments that quick? No stubbornness, no nothing.
Yeah, we've seen them run zone too. Haven't seen it lately, but something different, right, Yuri? And
something different.
They're not even the whole. It's like one guy comes back, another guy goes out, and I just think
this is the adversity that the Knicks are facing right now that they're going to have to deal with until they get fully healthy.
Yeah.
Right? And no excuses, Ant, from this squad.
None.
Right?
None.
They're playing with no excuses right now.
None. Everyone's hurt. In terms of the league. Like the teams are always hurt.
Everyone's hurt. Everyone's hurt, but you've got to find a way to win these games.
Yep.
Yes, was it the NBA Cup? Do I have a different opinion about the NBA Cup? Absolutely. Who doesn't? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, Ant, we're 2 games back behind the Detroit Pistons.
Yep.
If I'm a betting man, I think the Knicks take the first seed.
I think so, too.
By the end of December. Damn straight.
By the end of this month?
By the end of this month, the Knicks are going to be the first seed.
Yeah. I would have to look at both teams' schedules, but I would say, yeah. I could see, look, either way, the end of this month, the end of January, I think the Knicks are the better team, but I'm sure they have that game circled on the calendar. Both teams do. I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure the
no.
Pistons want some revenge.
I've talked to plenty of Piston fans in
Yeah.
my downtime. They got that game circled on their calendar.
Yep.
They
Of
want
course.
their get back after the playoffs
Of course.
happen. And who wouldn't? I want my get back for when he didn't call a damn foul on Tobias Harris, literally grabbing Josh Hart from not having a damn ball. Come on, let's settle it. Let's settle it now. Come on.
Yuri. Yeah.
Come on. Anyway,
Let's
back
go.
to the game though. Back to the game. Yeah, no, just overall a good dominating game.
Yeah.
Right? Especially after that first quarter, pound for pound, even Mike Brown said it, JB bailed his butt out.
Awesome, man.
And shout out to JB, man. It was band for band with Brandon Ingram.
They've lost 4
amazing
straight
to see.
now. 1-6 in their last 7. The Raptors are.
And
So-
we're starting to notice a trend now in the standings, right?
Yeah.
Now we're starting to
Starting to
see
even
the
out.
standings take
Starting to even out. Starting to take
Pistons
shape.
is number 1, right behind the Knicks, 2 games back. The Celtics are the surprising thing to me. I think I underestimated Celtics, Ant.
So did
They're
I.
the 3rd seed.
And I just
They're
saw a
hanging
video
in
of
there without Tatum.
Jason Tatum playing 1-on-1 and looking like his normal self. So
Right.
I'm like, oh.
Watch out for Boston, y'all.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yep.
Tatum can come back, and that'll change the whole thing. Orlando, they just won. They're 4th seed right now. Toronto, they're falling back down. Philly's another sneaky one.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what surprises me, and Cleveland in the play-in. Out of all the teams I expected in the play-in,
Yeah.
Cleveland was not one of them.
No. Not at all.
That's what's
And the Heat were playing so well. They've lost 4 straight. Philly, I mean, I don't know what
They
to
might
make of
pull
them.
out of it.
Cleveland, I think Cleveland will be top 4 or top 5. I don't think they'll be a play-in team. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, Hawks, I don't know what to make of them. But like you said, you're starting to see it shape out. You're starting to see everything fall into place right now. So
And if the Knicks can just win on the road, if they can go back to winning on the road, and
yeah,
they just got to fix that road record.
yeah, good win tonight. Good start, Yuri. Appreciate the call as always.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Yuri in the chat. Big win for the boys. Once again, shout out to Yuri in the chat. Shout out to every single one of you guys in the chat. If you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. 12:18 a.m. Gonna go ahead and hop off of this live post game and then hit the bed. Bed is calling my name. Gotta wake up early tomorrow for work, unfortunately. Jesse says it goes back to 2023, almost 2 years now. Wow. Damn. We have look. That's crazy. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys in the chat. We'll be back on. I'll probably be back on before Saturday. Doing a podcast. I'll schedule that to get out. The schedule, but prior to the game. But yeah. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Knicks going to Vegas. Shout out to the squad. As always, I'm Anthony. I catch you guys next time. As always, let's go Knicks. Peace.